please. What's with you, Gabrielle? Did Max make you a director?
No, it's okay, Spring. Obviously, the scene upset Gabrielle, which is a tribute to your acting.
Oh, well then. Thank you.
Are you okay?
This storyline. Switching the babies,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yes, it is. And it is going to haunt Ruby for months until she confesses, saving her soul. Spring, on this, what I need to see guilt. That's what I need to see.
Oh, now wait a minute, Max. Megan never played Ruby guilt-ridden.
No, she didn't. But in this case, come on. You are taking a dead baby out of a bassinet and switching it with a perfectly healthy one. You are playing God with two families. There's no way, even Ruby would feel horrible about doing that.
That's true.
Yeah, don't you agree, Gabrielle?
I am not going to watch this anymore.
Larry?
Oh, hi. Hi. You want a bite to eat?
No, I'm not hungry, and I'm not here to have lunch. I want to know why you accused Dan of being in love with me.
Tina, get back!
Don't you kill him, you...
Jamie, for heaven's sake, do something.
Okay. Go ahead, Titan. Finish off the creep.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
One Life to Live is brought to you by Johnson & Johnson, where quality products have been a tradition for generations.
Jamie, I forbid this.
Ram, stay out of this.
Prepare to meet your maker,
Sure, get a guy in a net and then attack him. That's move, coward.
Personally, I love Titan's technique. It's like something out of the Dark Ages.
I command you, spare his life.
Watch out!
See? I tried to carry the big bully fair and square. Now
Give me that
you
thing.
right. They won this round, Jamie.
Forget it! Those two have already run too many rounds in my lifetime. They both deserve to die. And I'm going to be the one to terminate Tina.
Spare his life, or so help me.
All right. Cord, you get off this time. Take the net off him.
What are you doing? What the hell is wrong with you, Jamie?
Look, Ursula, he was engaged to my sister once. I guess my grandmother has a soft spot for him. Besides, we need to find out how he found us.
Oh, you're so glad you came to rescue me.
Not a good idea, honey. Now we're both stuck.
All right, Cord. How did you track us down?
Simple, Jamie. All I did was follow the car that my wife was in.
Oh, really?
Hey, wait a minute. Now, how could that be?
Our butler gave us a perfect description of the car. Didn't take any trouble finding him because he was driving so slow, he was afraid he was going to get a ticket or something. When I got here, I dropped a dime on you, pal. Cops are going to be here any minute.
Hold it! He's bluffing. How do you know, man? Because if he called the cops, he would have waited for them to get here. Instead, he snuck in and decided to save Tina on his own. I've known Cord a long time. He's too smart for that.
Well, the cops are on their way, and the reason I rushed in here is because I knew that Ursula would be around. I knew that she was probably 2 miles over the deep end, and she was going after my wife.
Yeah, well, believe me, I've been trying. I'm so sorry that chandelier didn't do more damage, Tina.
You dropped that chandelier on me?
I'm going to take a look outside in case our friend here is on the level.
Good idea. Take somebody with you.
All of you, I think y'all better give yourselves up peacefully.
Right.
Seriously, I heard the words on the radio on the way over. Said if you give yourselves up, he'll go easy on you. If not, he'll put you all in solitary when he recaptures you.
Who says we're going to be recaptured, cutie?
I heard, because I did call the cops.
Oh, fool. Don't listen to him. Hey, take him and Tina back to the dressing room and someone keep an eye on him.
Hey, I got a question. Who made you king and the rest of us slaves, huh?
Yes. Just sit down. Come on. In the first place, I didn't accuse Dan of anything. I simply pointed out to him what I thought I saw happening. Something I'm surprised you haven't seen either. Brenda, he's crazy about you.
Well, not that way,
Yeah,
Larry.
that way. No, that way. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing all these machinations and helping you in your machinations.
Wait a minute. Before
you insult me any further. I want to say something.
I'm not trying to insult you, honey. Believe me, there are just some truths here we got to deal with.
Whose truths? Your truths? I mean, the ones that you have been trying to shove down my throat for weeks?
Hey, don't make me the bad guy. You didn't trust me. You ran off and confided in Dan, and it wasn't only after that that I discovered what you two were up to.
Larry, I am trying to get my baby back in whatever way I possibly can. I don't know why you can't understand that. You're supposed to be in love with me.
I do love you. I just wish you'd trust that love and listen to me.
Why don't you listen to me for a change? Now, you just sat here and you told me that Danny's in love with me, and that's why he's trying to help me. Larry, we're engaged. And you're not trying to help me at all. Now, what does that say? And I still don't understand why you wouldn't let those tests be run on Garrick.
Those tests were illegal and unethical.
Well, I don't give a damn about that. That was my one shot to have some real proof. And you know what I'm having to do now? I'm having to run around and play these little games, and I have to make all these little scenarios up without the help of my friend, too. Okay?
You mean Dan's not helping anymore?
Of course not. He's worried to death that you're going to be upset again.
So he did. He went straight to you and told you about our conversation. That kind of supports my theory, doesn't it?
Oh, Larry, Danny and I are such good friends. We see eye to eye on so many things, and so much more than...
Than you or I? Is that what you're going to say, Brad?
Yeah. And some things.
Yeah, like the alleged baby switch. Well, let me tell you something. Dan doesn't have the maturity or the experience to advise you on anything.
Now, what does that mean?
He's a kid, Brenda. He's still making mistakes.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Your son is not a kid. He is very much a man.
What's wrong, Gabrielle?
It's this story. It's ridiculous. How could you give your approval to something like this?
What are you talking about? This is good stuff.
It is totally unbelievable, and I can't and I won't watch this anymore.
No, hold it. This is my idea, and I'm very proud of it. Now, what about this story do you find so unbelievable?
Oh, come on, Max. There are safeguards in hospitals to protect babies. You can't just come in here and switch them around like that.
Safeguards don't always work. If someone really
well,
wants
your
to switch
audience
babies,
won't buy it.
Well, I think they will. So I have to finish this scene. Look, I really wanted to finish our talk, but if you don't want to stay, go ahead. If you want to leave, go ahead. Spring, come on, let's take it from switching the babies. Go on into the monologue.
Your mother or your father very well. But I do know the daddy of this little boy. And Rodney won't be able to go on without a child. His son is all he's living for now. His wife died, the woman he loved more than life. He's so down, so alone now. He doesn't know I'm in love with him, or that I can make him happy. He will in time. But first, I got to make sure his son lives. Rodney desperately needs you. Oh, God, forgive me.
Okay, it's better, but I realize you're still on book, but I'm still not getting enough, Spring.
Oh, Max, I'm having so much trouble with this. I mean, I have to admit, I can't do this. Ruby is so desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I told you before, she really believes that she is helping the man she loves.
I'm sorry. I need more motivation.
Oh, God, save me from method actresses. Gabrielle, you're a woman. Can you help Spring with her motivation?
What?
Motivation, why she is doing this. Just imagine yourself in the situation. There you are in the nursery, and the baby, the man you love, has just died. And in the next bassinet, there's a perfectly healthy baby.
Max, I see what you're doing. And I don't know who's sicker, you or Brenda.
Don't create a problem, Arnold. We've got enough trouble as it is.
See, I'm starting to think maybe you're a problem.
All right, at last, somebody's doing some thinking around here. Jamie's tried this breakout stunt before, and he's been caught every time. Isn't that right, hotshot? He's got plenty of nerve, but he's not too long in the brain department.
He won't.
You'd better listen to your wife, Cordero.
because Grams and I are the only thing between you and your demise.
It's true, Cord.
Yeah, well, no offense, but I think I'd much rather take my chance with some of these other fine citizens.
Including me?
All right, listen up. Now, you're out of Statesville because of my plan. I'm the one who got Ursula to make the bomb to blow a hole in the wall. And you've all got a place to hide because of me. Now, I think that I should be the one who's in charge.
Yeah, but if the cops are on their way because of this broad...
We are sitting ducks in a carnival, man.
If you don't like it, there's the door. Now, if somebody doesn't trust me, they can take a hike. And that starts with you, Arnold.
Hey, Arnie, let it go. Now, help me get these two straights to a dressing room and out of our way. Then we'll talk.
Doesn't mean I'm convinced, Sanders. It just means I'm letting you slide for now.
That could have gotten ugly.
I'll tell you what's ugly, Jamie. It's Tina Roberts. Now, if you don't let me get my hands on her murderous throat pretty soon...
For heaven's sake, Ursula, wouldn't you rather concentrate on getting out of the country?
No way I'm leaving this country until I have settled things with her.
Listen, Grams, that's the sensible thing to do. We kill them both, and then we take off for Mandora.
Yeah, you handle Cord, and I got triple dibs on Tina.
Danny is a sensitive man. He is intelligent. He is talented. He's caring. Why are you looking at me like that?
I thought Dan's affections for you were a one-way deal. I guess maybe I'm wrong, huh?
Why? Because I'm defending him?
Rather passionately, it seems to me.
We are friends. I needed somebody. I needed somebody to help me. And God knows you haven't been on my side, Larry.
It's not about being on your side, Brenda. I disagree with you. I happen not to think that Gabrielle walked into the hospital and reached in the isolate and switched the babies. I think that's some desperate scenario you've concocted to avoid dealing with the death of your child.
Oh, boy, I am really sorry that you feel that way. And I don't think I'm going to... No.
Don't do that.
Larry, I have tried to love you so much. And yet you sit here and you tell me I'm in a state of denial. You tell me that I am lying with some kid. And you believe a woman who is notorious for lying time and time again to get whatever she wants. Now, I can't stay engaged to you now.
Brenda, listen to me.
No.
I want us to work our way through this.
Not enough to help me. It seems to me, Larry, that what you want to do is sit back like Big Daddy. I mean, how do you see Dan and me? Do you see us as a couple of rebellious kids who just won't listen to you or something?
Don't be ridiculous.
No, it's what you said. You said he's childish,
I
didn't you?
said he was lacking maturity and experience. I don't think the same of you.
No, you know what? I think you do. You may not want to admit it to yourself, but I think you really do. I'm a lot closer to age to Danny than I am to you. Every time we have an argument, I mean, we just clash like this. We can't seem to agree on anything. I don't know if we will ever in a million years see eye to eye on anything. No, you stop. I don't want to argue with you anymore, okay? And Larry, I just think that we shouldn't even talk to each other, not until my baby is home with me and Gabrielle has fessed up to her crime, okay? And that might not be too long because, Max Holden's helping me on this thing now.
Max, you've roped him into this, too?
Yeah, I roped him into it. And he didn't believe me at first either. But you know what he did, Larry? He actually listened to me. And he saw something in that, and so he's decided to help me.
That's good. That's good. He's a soap opera producer. He deals in fantasy every day. Gabrielle, I don't understand.
No, you understand perfectly well. All that talk about how I shouldn't marry Michael. How you insisted that I come over and watch this absurd drivel.
Absurd?
Drivel?
Go ahead, take a break, Spring.
Brenda got to you, didn't she?
We talked.
She won you over with her sick fantasies.
Well, after listening to her explanation of what went on that night in the neonatal unit, it didn't sound like a fantasy to me.
How could you believe that? How?
Because it makes too much sense. All the bits and pieces add up to a very credible story, one that Spring is going to be starring in on national TV.
Oh, give me a break. This isn't going to be televised.
You won't?
Max, this whole nursery, the whole rehearsal, the whole setup, it was for my benefit.
Oh, don't flatter yourself. This scene's gonna be airing.
You're lying.
Am I? Stay tuned to Fraternity Row. Story starts next week.
Come on, Max, you got all of this out of Brenda's head. Admit it.
Okay. I admit it. Now, how about you? You want to admit that you starred in the original production?
I'm leaving.
Hey! It's true. You switched those babies.
This is all out of Brenda's sick mind, Max.
You telling me you didn't? Could never, would never, beyond your possible dreams ever change?
That is right.
And if we get a court order that gets a blood test from Garrick, you'll still swear that he's Michael's and not hers?
Yes.
Come on, give up, Gabrielle. Your reaction was so obvious during the rehearsal. It's obvious now. You did the unthinkable. You played God with two little babies' lives.
That is not true.
Admit it! Damn it! Get it over with!
Let go of me. You're hurting me. I'm going to get a lawyer if you keep this up. I'm going to sue you and Brenda and the sponsors of this show and everyone.
Ooh, what a performance. Too bad the cameras aren't rolling.
Oh, aren't they? Oh, well, I bet you have a tape recorder going.
Oh, you mean like the time you tried to blackmail me into giving you custody of our son? Yeah, you see, it's those little things that make me hard to take your word on something like this. Why should I believe you?
Because I am not a monster. I am a mother, and I would never deprive another woman of her child.
Believe it or not, I can kind of understand why you did it.
You never give up, do you?
Michael lost his wife. He was in real bad shape. You wanted to help him get past all that pain, but he's okay now. Brenda is the one that is breaking apart.
Brenda is out of her mind.
Would you have some compassion?
Why? Why doesn't anybody have any compassion for me?
I do. Really. Like I said, I can understand what happened. It all started when you met Michael. You two had this real hot affair until his wife came home from Europe, and then he just threw you over because the man still loved his wife. I felt bad for you, Gabrielle. I really did. Because once again, you seemed to fall for the wrong guy.
Who, just like you, thought I was perfect for sex, but not for love.
Yeah, right. Okay. But as I understand it, you and Alicia became friends. You delivered her baby after the car wreck. You were by her side when she died. You probably even promised her on her deathbed that you would take care of her child and Michael.
Why are you going through all this?
The point is that when the time came when you were in that nursery and you realized Garrick was dead, you felt you had to do something. Alicia was crying out to you from the grave. Michael was in such bad shape, there was no way he could stand the loss of his son.
He was suicidal. He said he'd kill himself if anything happened to Garrick.
Now, what could you do? You had to protect him. You had to take care of him. How could you stop the pain? And then an idea hit. You knew a way to make it stop. You could give him a child to take home from the hospital. And on impulse, because you loved Michael so much, because you were so afraid for him, you gave him Steve and Brenda's baby boy. Isn't that right, Gabrielle? Admit it, please. Brenda won't press charges. No one needs to know. Mother just wants her child back.
All right, honey, come on. Just settle down, all right? No, it was not your fault.
Honey, yes, it is. I'm so ashamed. If only I hadn't been so greedy.
Well, agree with that. Honey, but come on. How could it possibly be your fault if this man kidnaps you and brings you to Jamie?
Look, he didn't force me. I went along willingly.
This man takes you, says he's going to bring you to Jamie and all these convicts, and you go along with that willingly?
He lied to me. He said he was from the Mendoran government, and he knew I had the diamond, and I thought that they
Wait, whoa. What diamond?
Remember the crown jewels, honey? There were four of them, and one of them was a diamond.
And you somehow got a hold of this diamond, huh? What's going on, Tina? I got this feeling that there's maybe something else that you haven't been totally honest with me about.
Honey, I'm really sorry. I am. I know.
Look,
I promise to
please,
just forget.
please, just tell me what happened.
See, Russell Price had the diamond right here in his casino in Atlantic City, and I got it from him, and I really didn't know that Jamie was even involved.
Until what? Until he kidnapped you, brought you down here because he wanted to get his diamond back? So he sends this fella to you all dressed up in some kind of a uniform, and you willingly go along with him because you should be home packing for our little trip together for just the two of us.
Honey, I am really sorry. Please, don't hate me.
Tina, I'm just stunned. I'm disappointed. Because I'm starting to get the idea that all of your promises to me are worthless.
Honey, that's not true. I only went with him because I wanted to return the diamond to the government.
For what? Why? For a reward, Tina? You know, I think you were right. This is your fault, Tina. I mean, we are stuck here. We could possibly be killed, and our son could possibly become an orphan because you were looking for those jewels, because you were greedy, Tina, because you couldn't have this ability to look at your life, to look at the simple, the honest things and say that that was okay. That was enough for you.
Honey, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're always sorry, Tina. I wish I had a dime for every time you were sorry. Every time you say that to me, you turn around and you do something totally disregarding the consequences. Doing something that's going to take care of Tina and nobody else, but as long as she's okay, that... I don't want to do this. I don't want to get into this now. We got a real problem on our hands that we need to take care of.
Well, we're going to be okay. I mean, you told the police we were here, right?
No. I didn't, Tina. Because I thought that Ursula had gotten a hold of you because I didn't have all the facts. So I come rushing in here without taking the time to call the police. And now since everybody in Landview thinks that we were going off on this little romantic honeymoon together, nobody will even notice that we are gone for at least a week.
Ursula, you're going to have to learn a thing or two about making compromises.
Why should I? I hated Tina long before I ever even met the two of you. And don't think I didn't catch that little remark you made to Arnold and the others.
What remark?
About you being responsible for getting me to build the bomb that blew us out of the slammer.
Well, I did, didn't I?
Oh. So you were just using me. You courted me, you proposed to me, not because you were in love with me, but just because you wanted me to make the bomb. You and the old hag here.
Ursula, how would you like to step inside that ring and go a few rounds?
Take it easy, Grams.
Oh, you tell her to take it easy. I've had enough of her lip.
Oh, you have you? Well, I have had just
Ursula.
about enough of yours.
Grams, find a seat and relax your nerves. Listen, I adore you.
No, you don't. You broke up with me. You said we were through.
I didn't mean that. I was just upset. You're wearing the family ring, aren't you? We're going to be married as soon as we get out of the country. We're just going to need one more bomb. We've got to level the arena when we leave so the cops think that we're dead.
I don't know, Jamie.
Just one more bomb, Ursula. One more explosion. And then we can get married, have babies, and live happily ever after.
make you a deal. You let me wring Tina's neck, and I'll make you your bomb.
Ursula, I've had just about as much as I can take of this obsession of yours.
Oh? Weren't you the one that changed Patrick's face in order to get revenge on the Buchanans?
At least I learned my lesson. But just remember that you are not Tina Roberts, judge, jury, and executioner.
Rams.
Oh, no, she's right. She's right. I have been getting carried away. I've been doing everything that Dr. Previn worked so hard to correct. There, I'm all right. I'm in control of myself now. I will go and start work on another bomb, the last one of my career. And we'll just take care of this issue of Tina later. Is that all right, Snicker?
Yes, sweetness.
Bye-bye, friends.
Good Lord. That woman is going to ruin all of us before this is over. Jamie, why don't you forget about the emerald? You have the other 3 jewels. I'm sure the Mendoran government will be grateful for those.
We have to be patient, Grams, and stick to the plan.
Oh, good Lord. It's the police. We're doomed.
I would be glad to admit it if it were true. But it's not. I didn't switch any babies, neither did anybody else. Garrick is Garrick. Stephen Holden McGillis didn't make it. But I have to congratulate you on your acting abilities.
What acting?
Oh, all this bull about compassion and understanding, and how there would be no charges pressed. That's really quite inspiring. What you really want is to side with Brenda and ruin my life and Michael's life and the baby's life. I'm warning you. If you and Brenda don't stop spreading these vicious rumors, you will both be facing libel suits.
Before you go pursuing any libel suits, I suggest you give Garrick an HLA blood test, just in case you're wrong.
Why would I want to put him through that? And Michael? You don't know how many times I begged Michael to keep Brenda away from Garrick. But he was too kind. Look what happened. She's gone round the bend.
Knock it off! We both know you can't keep this up forever. Maybe there's a little something else you forgot about. How about your real son, Al?
What about him?
I don't think any judge is going to like the idea of your baby snatching. He might see it as more proof of your being unfit, and he may decide you shouldn't be around Al at all. Has that ever crossed your mind?
Of course it hasn't, because I haven't kidnapped anybody's baby.
Well, then you better think about it. Because when Brenda and I prove that Garrick is her son, you may not have any children in your life. No Garrick, and no Al either.
I think you should hire Brenda to write for your show. She has marvelously warped ideas.
Everybody quiet. Come on, open up. It's me, Blade. Come on, I'm alone. Don't worry.
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, I was dodging the cops. I'd have been here sooner, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't being followed. Hey, this is a nice place you got here, Jamie. This is a great hideout. Well, look, I'd like to join your army. How do I enlist?
You don't. I don't need you. I don't even like you. Why don't you get the hell out of here?
Hold it, Sanders. I know Blade from the outside. He can handle a knife like no one you'd ever seen. He can also get in and out of houses and apartments undetected.
Yeah.
And once he cracked the safe, isn't that right, Blade?
That's right, Arnie.
So he could become real useful when it comes time to be earning a living. So maybe Blade ought to stay, and you and your grandmother ought to go.
What's with you, Arnold?
Yeah.
I think you're out for yourself and nobody else. And if you have your way, you'll probably get out of the country and leave the rest of us to the cops.
That's not true. I wouldn't turn my back on any of you.
Now, wait a minute, Arnie. If it wasn't for Jamie, none of us would have got out, right?
Look, we voted. All the cons and me thinks that he should be replaced.
Now, wait a minute. You gotta think here. Jamie's the one with all the plans. Jamie's the one with all the resources. Right?
That's right.
And Jamie, you would never leave everyone behind and turn them into the cops, would you?
Of course I wouldn't.
All right.
We've got to stick together here.
I think maybe another vote's in order.
Okay.
How many people say that Jamie stays in charge?
All right.
All right. How many people want Arnold in charge?
Come on, man.
Sorry, Arnie. I think that Jamie wins.
Thank you, young man. He's very welcome here, isn't he, Jamie?
You kidding? Of course he is.
Great ring you got there. When do the matches start, huh? Boxing, wrestling, what?
That's a great idea, Blade.
Yeah.
I think our friends here could use a little show.
Show? What kind of show?
Well, we'll call this the Roman Colosseum. We'll have a revival of the Christians versus the Lions.
Why did these guys hide out in this wrestling arena that's been abandoned? Why did they think that this was the perfect hideout?
Well, nobody'd think to look for them here. Of course, that means nobody will ever think to look for us here either. Honey, we could be stuck here forever if Jamie doesn't decide to get rid of us.
Jamie is not going to get rid of us. He's going to be caught. All of them are going to be caught. Maybe one of the cons will be recognized when he goes out for some food. Maybe Jamie will be caught looking for those stupid jewels. Maybe your friend Russell will be caught, and maybe he'll confess to everything. Honey, come on. We can't stop thinking good things. We can't give up hope.
I can't help it. I've let you down so badly.
Honey, we have got real important things to consider here. We got to get out of here. We got to get past those jerks, all right?
Well, can I say I'm sorry again? Honey, I promise I'll never keep anything from you. I mean, I'll try to be good. I promise.
What? What does that mean, Tina? You stop in the middle of a sentence. To me, that says that you're keeping something else from me. Now, what is it?
Honey, I'm not keeping anything from you. I just love you, okay? Please? And I wish I could just forget about the crown jewels. I wish I could forget I ever heard about them, and I would give every single one of them just to be alone with you and CJ right now.
Sorry. Oh, honey, come on. We have been in tighter spots than this.
Yeah, I guess we have, haven't we?
Yeah, like Eternal. Remember that? We thought there was no way out. But we kept our faith, and we did get out.
And we'll get out of here, too. Maybe. 'Cause I get a kick out of you. Ooh, you are so cute. Now, don't worry, Daddy. Don't worry, Patrick. I won't back down. Jamie just doesn't understand, that's all. Tina must be punished. And she will be. It's the last thing I'll do.
That's nice. Got your message you wanted to see me.
Hey, Jack, long time no see.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry you haven't had much of a storyline lately.
I know. My agents, they keep saying I shouldn't get paranoid.
Yeah. Well, your agents are right. Guess what? We got some terrific stuff for you. Father Tom is going to become the chaplain at the university hospital. And a child is going to die in the neonatal nursery.
I sit over here?
Mm-hmm. What's going to happen is that you suspect that Ruby has exchanged that baby for another, so that Rodney can take a child home from the hospital, and another couple is going to think their child has died.
That sounds interesting. Now, is it true that Spring Sky is going to be taking place of Ruby?
Believe it or not.
But why? I mean, Megan hates her.
Well, it's pretty much a mystery to me, but for some reason, Megan refuses to play Ruby. Spring's agent said she wanted the part. What could I do? She's got a big fan following, and they're going to switch to our show.
Yeah, but can we handle her? I mean, everybody on the set is pretty mellow.
We'll see. Now that the Daisy competition is over, maybe Spring will mellow out a little bit. But the real question, you ready to get back in soap action?
You better believe I am.
Right, good.
Now, what about Tiffany? Am I still going to be attracted to her? Oh, yeah. Tiffany's going to be the one person that you can invite in about Ruby.
Sounds good.
I tell you, it's going to be a lot more fun working with Mary Lynn now that Wade is not going to be staring at me from the sidelines.
Well, you play it cool.
Please. She's going through the divorce with Wade, and she's a little shook up about it.
Max, hi.
Oh, hey, Brenda. Hey, have you met Jack Gibson, plays Father Tom?
No, I'm Brenda McGillis.
Hi,
Good to meet
nice
you.
to meet you. I'll leave you two alone. Max, I'm going to check out the new scripts. Great, do that. Thanks a lot.
Did you talk with Gabrielle?
Oh, I did more than that. I had Spring reenact everything she did in the nursery that night, right in front of her.
Oh, no. What happened?
Tried to get me to stop the scene?
Well, did she admit that she switched the babies?
No. But she knows that I know. And she knows that you and I are not going to stop until she comes clean.
We have got to keep pressuring her, Max. That's right.
That is why I have decided to use the story of the baby switching on Fraternity Row. And I'm going to call Michael, and I'm going to make sure he's watching.
What do you think? If Michael asks her some questions, that's going to make or break?
Oh, I think Gabrielle's guilt is so close to the surface, I think this can just pull the truth out of her.
I don't know. I really appreciate you doing this and going through all the trouble and all the
Hey,
expense.
the audience is going to love this story,
Yeah,
trust me.
I don't have much faith in her conscience, you know what I mean? So I have another plan. It's a little risky, but what the hell, huh?
Whoa, wait, what is this?
Listen to this.
Max, Bobby needs you in the control room right away.
Yeah, sure, I'll be right there. Look, you stay put. This will take just a sec.
No, listen, I have some things that I really need to do right now, so you go ahead and go. And I just want to thank you so much for believing me. Boy, I wish Larry did.
It didn't go well leaving after lunch, huh? Well, listen, everyone has their blind spot. Maybe Larry's is the hospital. Maybe he just can't believe something that awful could happen in his institution. Don't be too hard on him, okay?
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Hey! Stephen's gonna be home before you know it.
Yeah.
That looks too small to crawl through.
I know that, honey, but right now it's the only way out of here. Maybe we can...
Well. Looks like I got here just in the nick of time. Are you nuts? Did you really think that you could get out through the air conditioning duct?
Desperate measures in desperate times, pal.
Really? Well, I'm glad you feel that way because it's going to fit right into Jamie's plan.
What plan?
You'll come up to the arena with me. You'll find out.
Look, Cord doesn't have anything to do with the jewels. Why don't you leave him here and just take me?
Please.
Sorry. Jamie specifically asked for Cord. Let's go. Let's go!
No, I think this is the perfect time to negotiate. And you let me know immediately what their reaction to the first offer is. Great, Wade. Ah, there she is, my bride to be.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Oh, I am so afraid something is going to come along and spoil our happiness and our wedding plan.
Now, all the bad times are behind us, believe me.
Can we go away? Can we pack up, Gary, get on a plane, go to Milan, be married tonight, tomorrow?
What, elope?
It would be very romantic.
Well, I'm sure it would be. But there wouldn't be any witnesses for the ceremony.
If we were to get married in Europe, I could call up my mother and my sister. They could come and visit us after we're married. Please, can we go?
I'll tell you what, we'll go to Rome. I was going to wait until I closed the deal to tell you, but I just instructed William to purchase the Ceradella Hotel there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is wonderful news. We're going to start a whole new project. We'll be married, a new life. Oh, so happy.
Excuse me, 2 guests have just arrived. Julia and Deborah Medina.
What? My mother, my sister.
Gabrielle, my darling daughter, I have missed you so much.
Electricity, 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 electricity.
The Ursula Blackwell electric chair. Oh, man, I could win some prizes for this thing, couldn't I? Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, Tina, now there'll be a Tina fry.
Here they are, your guests of honor.
Hello, you two. How's it going?
What do you want, Jamie?
Well, I've decided to let you have a chance at freedom, but you have to earn it.
Well, great, I think.
Listen, if you're talking about letting us out of here, it's got to be thanks to Elizabeth. Thank you.
No, Court. I totally disapprove. But Jamie seems to feel he should do something to keep the convicts entertained.
So, I'm proposing a little wrestling match. We've got the ring. Downstairs, we've got some costumes. And Cord, you can be the main contender. And if you win, you and Tina can both leave.
And it's a fair fight?
Scout's honor.
Jamie, I would pay to get into that ring with you. In fact, I don't even need any costumes. What do you say we just go to it?
No, Cord. My grandson isn't going to wrestle with you. He has another opponent lined up.
And there he is.